Good afternoon and welcome to Angel's Haven. Well, I'm solving another problem today, and it just wouldn't be Saturday without spending a few minutes describing problem solving in my tiny life for the 499 people that follow my YouTube channel. I never started out trying to have a YouTube channel. I guess what I should say is I never started out wanting anyone to watch my videos. I was just making videos for the people back home who thought I had moved to another planet when I had simply moved to California. So I found out recently that there are people who do watch my YouTube videos, and I don't even know them. And they comment, and they send me messages, and they send me emails in some cases, and a few of them even bought my book. So that was a pretty exciting discovery for me, and that has encouraged me to try to make more videos. I do not anticipate that I will ever become sophisticated, buy a video camera, buy a vlogging camera, edit my videos, anything of that nature. I'm just trying to illustrate my quest to live more mindfully and sustainably in my tiny house. So today's problem that I'll be solving is the fact that I have way too many outer garments and not very much space in which to keep them. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I mean. So this is my 21 inches of hanging space in which I keep my clothes. I swap out once a year. Because I live in Northern California, it does get cold here, or it gets what Northern California considers cold. It doesn't really get below freezing, but it does get cold enough that you can have a two-season wardrobe: spring, summer, fall, winter. So this is where my clothes live, and this is where my outer garments, my jackets and my coats live. It is also the space in which I keep my stepladder, my small vacuum cleaner, my walking stick, and my umbrellas, I guess I would say. There's usually an umbrella back here. This right here, there are 4 jackets there, 4 jackets there, and a wool outer vest, and I think there's a coat under there, I'm pretty sure. I counted a minute ago, there are 9 coats and jackets. How this happened really is a result of my quest to eliminate synthetic fabrics from my wardrobe and incorporate wool and cotton, linen, and silk, natural fibers, into my wardrobe. I started trying to find the perfect wool coat, if you will, or jacket, and I found one. The first one I got was this one. If you know me, you know I don't really buy new things. I buy from Poshmark and ThredUp and consignment stores, and in some cases, not often, but some cases, thrift stores. So I bought this one first, and when I got it home, or when it arrived, I felt the style was a little young for me. So then I bought this one, and when I got it home, it was perfect. And it's 100% wool, but it's a fairly thin weight material, so it didn't work when it was really cold. So then I bought that long shawl, which is my absolute favorite brand, which is a brand called Sleeping on Snow. Wearing that is like wearing a blanket. It's actually a knee-length vest. So I would wear that over something else. And then it just kept going. I bought that green one. I bought that brown one over there. That's my raincoat, which I've had for a while. That colorful one I've had for many years. My son gave me. And then I went to St. Louis over Christmas, and it was bitterly cold. And I don't have a heavy coat. Well, I have a heavy coat, but it's at my son's condo in Chicago, and I haven't been there since before the pandemic. So I called my sister, and I said, I don't have a heavy coat. I have a multitude of wool sweater-like things, which will not work in -8 weather, which is what they were having in St. Louis. And she brought me that black down jacket, and you can't see it very well, but right there's a wool coat. That wool coat is actually not all that warm, but it's really cute. And that down jacket is what I ended up wearing when I was in St. Louis because it's incredibly warm. It's, a traditional down coat, car length, but down-filled. So that's what I wore in St. Louis in -8-degree weather. And then it came back with me. I think I stuffed it in my backpack or something. So there I have 9 outer garments, 9 jackets or coats. And all of those have been hung up on those 3 pegs. Now, as you can see, that is a coat rack from my son Patrick's childhood bedroom, which, if I really guessed, I would say probably my sister Joyce either made him or I think she made it, but she definitely gave it to him. So I was hanging 9 jackets on 3 pegs that were designed for children's clothing. And this peg came off. I have now glued it back on, and one of the reasons I have time to make this video is I'm waiting for the wood glue to dry. So here's my dilemma. This may come as a shock, but I wear most of these jackets. I have an affinity for outerwear. I like to be warm, but I don't like to wear coats, so I like to layer. So those two, this one and this one are knee length, and so they're fairly warm, but they're not coats. And so then I can throw that over it, and then suddenly it's like having a cat coat on. I don't know, I'm crazy maybe. I'm that crazy lady you see walking down the street that has 2 coats on. I don't know. I don't know what to say. So, my idea is to take this metal rod and zip tie it to those 3 pegs, and then put some of the jackets on hangers and hang them from that metal rod, and then hang the ones I wear most frequently on the pegs. What I really should do is edit out at least 6 of these 9 coats. I don't know if I'll convince myself to do that, but hopefully I will. If I don't, then ideally I'll figure out a way to hang them so that I can see which ones I actually wear and which ones I could give to someone who doesn't have any coat, let alone 9. I realized, for example, this is actually just a sweater, but it's thick. I actually wear that light blue one quite a bit. So it's definitely a keeper. And I wear this one quite a bit, so it's definitely a keeper. This one I think is a little young for me in style. So, uh, you tell yourself you buy something secondhand. That light blue one right there, for example, I bought on Poshmark for maybe $15. It's vintage, but if I bought a wool sweater like that today, it would be more like $150. So you tell yourself when you only spend $15 on a hand knit wool sweater, it's okay to have 4 or 5. And then you see people that are homeless who have no wool sweaters, and you think, I don't need 9 jackets and coats. I could give 6 of these away. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I also took down the bags, which are normally here, and you see I have my hats, my winter hats up here. Again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's one right there, which I just took off a little while ago. I have, when I say 7 winter hats, and I wear this one and that one most. Do I need 7 winter hats? Absolutely not. So I don't know if I'm going to keep all 7 or not. So I've been talking for 10 minutes. You get the idea. I'm going to work on this and then show you how it comes out. Just a brief clip to let everybody know that I can't count. There are really 10. Throughout the entire 9 minutes and 31 seconds, I said 9, but it's clearly 10. So, for those of you who already knew that, now you know I figured it out. 2 plus 4 plus 4, 10. So here's another quick clip to show you what my intention is. If you can see that. For some reason, I'm worried about my lens is a little dirty. It looks a little gray, but hopefully you can see that. I'm also behind, behind a cabinet, not much light there. But ideally, I would put a zip tie going in the opposite direction so that they would cross and give each other strength. But I don't think I will do that. I don't want it to be completely rigid. The idea of the rod is to distribute some of the weight. So let's say I keep 6 of these jackets. Then I could have 3 of them on hangers and 3 of them on the knobs. And that distributes the weight. It also makes it easier to get a jacket out. What I've been doing is lifting down 3 jackets to get the one I wanted. Now, yes, of course, I'm trying to live tiny. I should learn to wear just 1 or 2 jackets. And that's ideally the goal. But at this point in time, I haven't done that yet. So I think I'm doing pretty well with the fact that that is my clothing, my winter clothing, fall, winter. Okay, there are also 4 garments up there, which I washed yesterday. I don't put wool garments, even washable wool, I don't dry. So there are 4 there. The rest are there. There are a few garments in, you can't, see the 3 drawer, there's a little dresser there. So I have my socks in the top drawer. I'll show you that in a minute when I get this out of the way. Socks in the top drawer, pants and sweaters in the middle drawer of that 3-drawer dresser that you can't really see. And in the bottom I have undergarments and sweatpants. So, I think I live pretty simply. I have 21 inches of hanging closet, exactly 21 inches. I believe it holds 30 garments. That's not much of a wardrobe. So that is an accomplishment. And if I could whittle down the jacket inventory, I would be doing very well. But anyway, haven't done that yet. And so I'm trying to make a place where I can hang them and reach them, and take a jacket out without everything falling down. So that's the idea, and that's what it looks like in progress. In process, I should say. So this is interesting. I have gotten 9 of the 10 jackets back there. I don't think they'll be any easier to get out than they previously were. They all fit. The 10th jacket, that little colorful silk one, is not really an outer jacket. It's just like an outfit jacket. And so it's hanging in my closet. But that's how they worked. There are 8 in there. No, wait, 9. There were 10. Now there are 9 back there. And I tried convincing myself to downsize to just 6, and I couldn't decide which 6, so I want to see in the last couple of weeks of cooler weather, maybe only a week more, I want to see in my own mind which ones I want to downsize and give away. When I pack away my winter clothes in another few weeks, then I will cull out the ones that I don't want to wear or don't want to keep. I'm pretty sure it'll be the one that's too young for me, the red jacket that's cute but not very warm, because I have lots of things that are cute but not very warm. And I don't know, maybe I don't know. I need to get rid of 6 of those. So that's how the hanging part works at this point. Everything is on hangers, so there are 9 things back there on hangers. Right now, 3 are hanging actually on the rod. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, see, there are 3 hangers over the rod and 2 over each peg. And that's basically because they're all wool and they're all thicker, and so you can't really I could not really put the depth of it and have the hanger reach to the black bar. I'm not being very clear, but I think you get the point. Now, the problem is that because I have all of them back there, there's no room for this, the stepladder, which used to be folded up and against the back of the secretary. I could put it there, but one of the problems I was trying to solve was it was hard to get everything in and out, and it would be just as hard now, if not more difficult. What I had been doing essentially was using my closet hanger rod and hanging jackets off of either end of it, which is messy and cumbersome. So I was trying to stop that habit, and obviously if they're all back here, then they're not hanging off the closet rod. But if they're all back here, there's no room for my stepladder, at least until I put the winter sweaters away and only have the raincoat or a light jacket there. So what I'm going to do, I believe, is slide the stepladder under my settee for now. It will fit. I measured, and it actually will be easier to get out if I need it. I don't use it very often. I have that little Chomley, the bench under that chair, And I also have that kitchen stool which has steps that fold down. That's what I use most of the time. If somebody is here doing something for me, they're more likely to need the bigger step ladder. So it's okay if it's down there. I think would be better if I get rid of 6 coats, but that's a project to convince myself, and I plan to do that when I put away. So I never realized how much weight I've gained until I make a video where I look at myself. For those of you who know me, since I've lived in California, I've gained 30 pounds, 30. For those of you who don't know me, when I was in my, let me think about this, starting in 2008, I had always been thin. By 2008, I had gained about 80 pounds, so I had basically doubled my body weight. And from March of 2008 to March of 2010, I lost all of it, 85 pounds. From 2010 until 8 years later when I moved here, I had kept all of that off. When I moved here in 2018, I weighed, I don't know, maybe 105, and I weigh 135 now. So that's a combination of I broke my clavicle, so I couldn't exercise. Like everyone, I went through the pandemic, probably ate more than I should, and I definitely am one of those people that when I'm stressed, I eat. So I never realized how much weight I've gained until I do these videos and see my face. Also, for those of you who know me, I've always colored my hair ever since I've been an adult, and I'm letting the gray grow. So that's another difference. But at any rate, that's just a personal observation. I've had an insightful afternoon working on this project, and I hope it's inspired you both to be honest about yourself, gain weight, going gray, have too many coats, whatever your thing is, be honest about it, accept it. You are worthy, you are enough, even if you have too many coats and you've gained 30 pounds and your hair is going gray. So thanks for spending a few minutes of my tiny life with me, and I'll see you next time.